welcome all tonight. Thank you so much for being here. It is good to be live again, and I kind of tend to miss it if it's been a while, and it feels like forever, but it was just last Friday. But here we are, back again, and I have a wonderful guest with us tonight, and kind of excited. It's a long time coming, and but it was actually good timing because she has some exciting new things coming up that wasn't there before. So we're going to take a look at that, and I'm going to bring on our very lovely guest, Miss Angela. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey there.
Hey, yeah, and yeah, like I said, it's been a long time coming, so I'm glad we finally got together for this.
I'm glad you have me on.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here, and I'm gonna apologize to everybody ahead of time. I'm having a cat issue right now, so please bear with the chaos. Um, Come on. Okay. All right. Sorry. Did Okay. There you go. Sorry. Can't have a show without the cat interruption. Anyway, it's so good to have everybody here tonight, and want to say hi to everybody in the chat. It is so good to see you all. Lord is here, Louise, Danny, Zax, Amanda. Oh my goodness, there's so many people here tonight. Thank you, because I know the weather's nice, and for those who are watching on the rewatch, thank you for checking in tonight, and I'm excited to bring you the last time we talked. Well, you know what? I remember the very first time I came across, and I did the little video for you. It was just a nice little video of your book. It was so fun. People loved it. And you guys can always catch that on my channel later because it's not about me right now, but it's about her book, and I did a little reading from that book and put a little video with it with some music to kind of get it exciting and get you guys to take a look at it. But now there's more to it since then. And first of all, tell me how many projects do you have out right now?
Well, I'm always writing something. Got some short stories going, working on volume 2, 3, and 4 of Causality right now. And of course, our full time day gig. And then we're putting together animated series based on causality. And that's kind of what I want to talk about.
Yeah, that's why we went. That's why I was excited about that, because at first it was the book, but now you've added this new exciting bit here, and I've got some visuals for you because I want you guys to see what it looks like in a way. First, if you could pull up, and I'm talking to my backstage person here, the um, the poster. I think it's an awesome poster that you have going on there. Who made this poster for you, by the way?
Well, the animation, of course, is Danny Daniel. He's Texas Automatons. He's also my husband. He does all of the 3D rendering and animation. So he, of course, created the characters, and then I put the poster together based on what I had always visualized it was going to be. So,
And did it turn out the way you
yeah,
visualized?
absolutely.
It's
And
good at that.
without, other than some tweaks and such, this is going to be the official poster that we advertise the pilot for.
It is a nice one, and I'm going to pull it up here in 1 second for those of you who may not have seen it. And how long have you been writing?
Um, well, I mean, I've always written something, just always been writing. But as far as really putting something down, it was in 2017 is when I wrote Causality. It's the first thing I
Oh,
wrote.
wow.
And it's been, I knew the minute I wrote it that it was going to be a big work for me, that it was going to be much bigger than just the book.
Yeah. Well, I think it's awesome that you not only have the opportunity to write the book, not only able to get out the book, but to expand on it with this project is unbelievable that you're realizing the vision and that it's actually happening. And I could tell during the time that I was doing the voice, reading part of it, I thought this would be a great series. And
And the
so,
original thing was I wanted to do a movie. I saw it in my head like a movie. So when I realized that Danny was so good at these animations, we thought, well, let's put something together that that can sell the idea, so that maybe we could get it looked at or pitched or whatever. And so we were going to do that. And then we thought, well, if we do this, why don't we just do it? Why
Yeah.
don't we just actually do it? And it started out with just being a feature animation, and there's so much I want to do that it's just not enough.
Yeah.
So the goal is 3 seasons to tell the first 3 volumes of Causality, one volume per season. And I'll be releasing the books, of course, in conjunction with that. But
Nice.
the pilot is where it starts, and that's what we're
Yeah.
working on now.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's the big part, is the pilot, and that's, I think, the tough part is getting over the hump. And hello to those who snuck in here, Rapunzel and Agent Pepsi. Good to see you. Thank you guys for being here, and they're all saying hi. And I'm sure this is going out to you, Ms. Angela.
Rebecca.
So yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. And do we have that poster up there, so that I can pop that up? Because I don't think I'm ready to share the screen at this point. If you can do that for me. And let me see. Do I have it? I have it, but I was hoping not to fiddle around with my stuff because I get lost.
It's completely.
But I always have to go back and forth. I need 2 monitors, make it easier for me. And so anyway, so yeah, I think it's great. First of all, while I'm waiting for that, right now, you had told me, oh, here it is. You had told me that you have it on sale right now, the book, so that way people have a chance to go in and get it, and read it, and that way they can follow along with the series that comes up. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the poster for it. Very nice. And obviously we have the main characters up front there.
Yes, we've got Diana in the front, and then Elliot is behind her on her left, and then there's Nick. We do have voices already, and I realize that I've given you the wrong poster, and I apologize for that. Her name is spelled wrong, but our lead for Diana is Mila Carter Rutledge, and then we have Robbie Bennett voicing Elliot, which is really amazing. They're both awesome. They both sound great. And we're really excited to have them. We do not have Nick cast yet, but he does not appear in the pilot, so we're just focusing on the pilot right now.
That's awesome. Oh, and the voices make the difference. People are attracted to that. And as a big fan from BBC Radio 4, listening to stories all the time, the voices definitely help in selling the story. And so that I can't wait to hear. So we have this version as well.
Yeah, there was 2 different versions that I had. That was before we put the render together with the characters.
Okay, nice colors too, by the way.
And the colors do actually play into the story. I'm obsessed with colors because of my vision issues. So yeah, there's a lot of color used to set emotions and describe things in the story. And I really hope we get those also in the right way in the series.
Yeah, well, it looks like it's definitely going in the right direction there. And then, hey there, Ralph. Thanks for joining.
That's my dad. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad. So let's see here. I wanted to show, well, I'm trying to squeeze everything in, so pardon me while I run through stuff here. So one of the important things is that you are indie, and everybody knows, and I've talked about it before here on my show when I represent other authors and stuff, and even filmmakers, is that indie indicates that you are not going to go with a certain company because you want free ability to make sure that it goes your way and that it doesn't stray from what you want it to be. But also indie indicates that the funding doesn't come from a huge giant corporation. This funding comes from individuals who give and back up, right?
Yes, it does.
And so, in the description in this stream on the bottom, I have all the links to her social media, but also the GoFundMe, which I believe the GoFundMe is for this particular thing, right? I want to explain that.
It's everything that we've raised so far, which is a very minimal amount, has gone to purchase the pieces of software that we need, the things that we need to make the animations work, or just little pieces to put in it. We're not creating everything from scratch. We're doing what most of these animators do. We're using pre-made models, and then we're just altering them and putting our things into them. So we do have a lot of licenses that we've paid for, but for the most part, all of this is just a passion project at this point. The actors have so generously offered to give their time because they believe in the project too. We have a lot of people that are involved in this that will be mentioned and named and stuff throughout the process. But everybody's just putting their time in because it's good. And I mean, not tooting my horn, but it's good. And everybody seems to really enjoy it. Hey, Jack, that's our producer, Jack, that just popped in.
Excuse me. And you should toot your horn. I would, because it's a big deal. And not everybody can say that they do that. So it is a big deal, and by all means do so. Thank you, Jack, for being here and supporting, and G-Force, thank you so much for being here, and PJ, always good to have you help me out. Thank you so much. And I was going to say, so there is something that is important that you're going to need. And one of the things I like about us is that we help people grow, but we also network, so that way people can realize these things and get them done. And so I think you probably needed maybe more help in maybe the computer department.
Really, the talent isn't the issue. We have the talent. Danny has surprised me with the amount of skill that he has in rendering this stuff. Anything I've asked him to do, he just makes. So it's not so much about the skill level or the talent. It's all about the processing speed. And that's the hard part. And right now we're just doing everything on a cheap laptop.
Oh, really? Wow.
It's
That's
working.
amazing. Yeah. Definitely not lacking in the skill department. That I could see. It is the computer part, the physical component, the actual hardware, so that you can render these. And I know all about rendering. It does take up a lot of speed and memory, all that good stuff, upload, download. So just let us know what it is that you're looking for, because I'm sure somebody will listen and see what they can do to help out, because I want to show now what it is that you're doing. So I'm going to pull up your YouTube at this point. So let's take a look at that. And we're going to, there's some small clips that we should be able to kind of, let me see, I think it's ready to go. Yeah. So this is the YouTube, and the link again is in the description at the bottom of this stream, inside that stream. And so this is the YouTube, and make sure that you all subscribe so you can keep up with what's going on there. But you'll also be able to see the process of it as well, which is always fun. Every time we have somebody on, I mean, we had the guys from Orville on, and we're like, how did you do what you did? The VFX guys. And everybody's fascinated on how things happen. So this is definitely a place to go for that. And is that all right if we show one of them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which one did you want me to do first?
Well, I mean, there's really not anything with a lot of talking or anything like that. Most of the scenes are test scenes, except for the most recent one that starts in the trees. That's an actual piece of the pilot. Okay. It's only a few seconds, but that's an actual piece of the pilot.
Let's just zip that through. If you play, I can't talk tonight. Play the pilot there, and
no audio.
Yeah, no, that's all right. And so, no, it's great. Wow. Yeah. It looks like it's going to be fun just from that clip alone. That though that little piece in itself takes more work
Welcome to the
than
Saga
what
of
we
Saga,
know.
our feature animated project based on the best-selling.
Yeah. Well, okay. And then so I think we wanted to take a look at the which other one did you the cutscene one?
Yeah, the cut scene is just that's sort of like just a test scene, but something
Okay.
like that will run too. But this is our kind of like trailer, like part of the story that we're going to use.
That's a lot of work right there as well.
That
And I
took
know for
that took a couple of weeks to render with the system that we have.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh. That's a lot. Now that's where it gets frustrating.
But you can tell everybody's doing something. There's multiple movements. The camera is moving, so it's a lot.
Yeah, it is. It looks like it, and just that alone. And again, I mean, I know a lot of people who design stuff, and that little clip right there. It is a lot. Takes a lot of for the computer, and for it to come on a laptop. That's wow. I'm
Yeah.
impressed. No wonder it takes 2 weeks, but
But like
yeah.
I said, he's killing it. I'm just so impressed with the quality that he's rendering just right out of the gate here.
That's awesome. Well, hats off to him on that because that's excellent work right there. Um, and Danny says, "Thank you," and he
Daddy
should be
again.
proud.
Yes.
Absolutely. S24H, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Melody says, "Amazing job."
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Melody.
Yes. A lot of support you have here. It's awesome to see. And that's the awesome thing about coming together for these projects is the team that you work with. You become family. You get to know each other. You have your little tidbits, your fights, your love, all that. And then when it's all said and done, it ends up being an amazing project and everybody's in love. So I'm certain that that'll happen from there. Let me see what else we have on there. What else did I want to show? 1 second. Out of those, was there another one you wanted me to pop up there for you?
I mean, there. I think that there might be one with Mila speaking as Diana. It's a green screen background.
Yeah.
Try that one. Play that one. That was the very first time we ever put any kind of voice to the action.
Nice.
So it's an interesting process too.
Hi, I'm Dre, and I'm being played by this actress in Las Vegas. Her name is Mila Carter Rutledge. She thinks she can be me.
Her little eyes.
She thinks she can be me, she
Isn't
says.
it wonderful?
Yeah, that's awesome. As a matter of fact, I believe she was the one that's on the IMDb, right?
Yes.
On your IMDb. Okay. So I'm going to pull up the IMDb. There is an IMDb, another way to keep track of that as well. And and hang on, let's see, I'm checking the chat here as well. I know.
She does. I know that attitude just kills me. I love it so much.
That's awesome. So there is an IMDb again. All the links are down below in the stream, so you can go grab there. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you support. Go find her on Twitter. Go find her on Facebook. And this is the actress for Mila.
That's Mila. She plays Diana.
That's awesome. And so it looks like she's done a few things herself. She's
a very busy girl.
Yes. So that's awesome that she's going to be doing this. So she has quite a resume herself there. So it's awesome to have that talent on this project.
And then
And
Robbie, he's playing Elliot. He actually has his. If you click on Robbie there, he is a actor as well, but he's also a magician, and
oh,
he does very very good magic.
oh, nice. Does he have does he do public appearances or
He
just?
does actually. He has something that he does on a regular basis locally here. He's been touring a lot of the southern areas. He's amazing. I've seen a ton of his shows, and that's why I picked him for this.
That's awesome. That's exciting. Yeah, so it looks like it's building slowly, but this particular IMDb as the story progresses on there. So you're putting out the first the first segment, right?
What we're trying to do, the goal here, we want to do it all. The goal here is just to focus on the pilot, because what I'd like to do is try to enter it in South by Southwest, which is a film festival here in Texas. It's the Austin Film Festival. It's one of the biggest ones here in the country. But I'd kind of like to enter it in the pilot category as an unaired pilot in 2024, and then see what happens. Of course, we're going to work on the other things, but right now, all focus is on that pilot.
Well, as it should be, because that's what makes it. I mean, if you go to any channel nowadays, the first thing is a pilot, and it seems like everything lies on it. No pressure, but everything lies on that. You get through the pilot, you're either going to say, you know what, this looks great, or this, I don't know. But I keep telling people just to keep going with it. Sometimes the pilot is still just the birth of it all, and then from there it just expands and explodes. And so I think it's going to be awesome, because I think you have 3 volumes. And
I do. There's 3. Well, there's going to be more than 3. There's the entire saga of Zen is intended to be like 20 books. But
wow.
the story that opens all the arcs is Causality 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to spend the rest of the time closing the arcs and explaining the story. So that's what the series is supposed to be: 3 seasons, 10 episodes per season.
Wow.
Regular 22-minute runtime for an animation. So, and then after that, my goal is a couple of smaller features, like just a 1 or 2 episode feature, to go into the other volumes. But there's a lot going on here. We span 13,000 years of history for these people, and so it's got to be big.
Yeah, no, it sounds like it is. Absolutely. And we're being rated. Hey, how's it going, PDY? Good to see it. Thanks for joining. I always like being rated by these guys. Yeah, it's now are these are already written out, or is it just a planned, that's what direction you're going?
So the books themselves are written, but they're not finished. I don't know how to explain that. It's just there's a lot of revisions that I've been going into, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm not leaving any loophole or empty holes or anything like that. Just make sure everything's tight. But then I started going into the script, and obviously the pilot isn't going to end the same place that the beginning of the book ended, because it's not as exciting. It's not a dun 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 moment. So I finally understand why the TV shows and the movies don't actually meet up with the book sometimes.
Yeah.
You have to do. Fortunately, I wrote episodically, but not the first part. So the first part, I'm kind of having to rearrange things to make it all work and make it exciting. Yeah. And I understand now.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it. That's why I'm not the kind to criticize on stuff like that, because I have no idea. I've not done it. So unless I can do it, then I can maybe say something, but I don't. So let's leave it to the professionals. And I was going to ask something else. It was something else. Oh my gosh. What was it? It was important. It's coming to me. It's it's coming to the surface of my brain. Hey, Zombie, good to see you. Thanks for popping in here. Oh my goodness, I was gonna ask something else. Jeez, where's my sticky note? Hang on a second. Oh my gosh, it's driving me crazy, because it was something that go along with that. It'll come to me, but it drives me nuts when I do that. So okay, so we had the series, and I want you, if you could, for me, because I tend to forget sometimes that although I'm keeping up with stuff, not everybody is. So I'd like them to know. Give us, without obviously any spoilers, give our audience an idea of what this is about.
The plot of the story is there is a, not here, I guess I can't say long, long ago in a galaxy far away, but in our galaxy, elsewhere, there's a whole society of people, and their sun is dying. It's expanding, and it's going to eat up everything eventually. In the midst of all this, something really strange happens. There's a flash, and people are displaced across the galaxy. And this brings Diana, Nick, and Elliot into the story of this planet. But what they find is a lot more than just a solar system dying. They find, a huge society of people that need more than just a new place to live.
That's awesome. And I noticed that you, from what I have been reading, is it's very based on, well, the time travel part, and also you do mention colors quite a bit. They play an important role.
And they do. I have a vision or a neurological condition that crosswires my senses, so I can taste colors or hear sound, or hear, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yes.
Things get crosswired, and so they report wrong to my brain. So when I describe things, I tend to use colors to describe things that people might not necessarily connect colors to, and things like that. So there's a lot of that in this story, and it's just what she sees, how she feels, things like that.
Yeah. Well, that's important. That's what I wanted to bring up, because I wanted the readers to understand why that's kind of brought up and why it's important. I think there's a lot of people who don't necessarily, maybe they've not heard of that before, and it might throw people off a little bit as far as like, what does that mean exactly? But it's kind of nice to introduce people to that, so that they are aware that is something. Hang on one second. I'm going to check and make sure I'm going to share this. Just double checking to make sure that's what I'm going to share. Okay. And so I think that is fascinating, to see it from that point of view as well. And hang on a second. Let me answer. Yes. Okay. You don't be like, yes, of course. And I guess this is, wanted to bring this up so we could introduce this to those that don't know it very well and what it is, and why things are described the way they are in the book. And it's kind of interesting because, I applaud you for this as well, because, from somebody who's dyslexic, it's like stage fright to do these sort of things. I love that you're doing this book. I love that you are writing, that you are putting into the book things that that people may not be aware of, that are actually things that people are going through, and that you are just facing it, and you're just, I love that. That's very honorable. So, but this is what it is. And at first, because I have to tell you, when I first read it, I'm like, I'm not sure I understand that. Only, again, because I'm dyslexic. And then I had to go back and realize it. And I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense. And so the descriptions are awesome. Did an awesome job with that.
And I hope that when we finish this project, when we put it out there, that it relays maybe the way I see the world, the way I see things, because I'm kind of hoping we can get that out there.
Well, that's what I think, that the other reason why I love that you're also going indie is because you can leave it the way you see it. Nobody's going to come in and change it. Nobody's going to say, well, wait, you don't like that. You're telling it like it is, the way you want it to be told. And that's why I love supporting people that do indie anything, because it's important that they get their information out there. Did you model the characters off real people or other fictional characters, or are they completely original creation?
The people in Causality specifically are all pieces of me, parts of my personality that I was trying to reconcile when I wrote it. Um, Pieces of thoughts that I may have had, and I. It's not a narcissistic thing, but it's just I was sorting out who I was with this book. Other books that I've written, yes, absolutely, I've based characters on people I know and things like that. But Causality was pretty much just me piecing myself out.
Well, I think it's great. There's nothing narcissistic about it. It's a way to kind of to be able to see what's in here, bring it out, and kind of deal with it, or face it, or accept it, or anything like that. It's therapeutic, I find.
It is, and that was all this was originally intended to be, was just writing it down for therapy to get it out. And then after it was done, I was like, hey, this is kind of good.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, I think a lot of writers, though they may not ever say, but a lot of the times I feel that they're based on things that have been running around their head. I know the book I'm working on about a very scary old lady is based on somebody who tormented me as a kid, and so it's therapeutic to be able to do that. And it's kind of bittersweet that sometimes the things aren't a great experience, but they are awesome to read, and the viewers and the readers are enjoying this, and you're like, yeah, that was my pain, but I'm glad you're enjoying it.
I mean, that at least somebody gets something out of it, It's
Yeah,
not waste. So
yeah,
this has
absolutely.
grown into something that it's bigger than me now. Like the characters now, the people that we're putting in it, they're no longer just pieces of me.
Yeah,
They've got their own individual personalities, but
yeah.
still,
And the actors are going to bring them to life as
really,
well. And
that's the part that just tickles me, is seeing Dreanna's mouth move and sound come out. And
yeah,
it's such a beautiful voice to hear come out too.
yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad. And I'm happy for you. I'm excited for you. And I want, I hope people, go subscribe and go support. And her book is on sale right now. So,
Yes, it's on sale for 99 cents until the end of next week. And it is, if you want to get in on it and if you want to make sure that you read it before it comes out, definitely grab it at 99 cents. If you want the paperback, those are only $9.99, but the ebook is 99 cents.
yeah. Oh, thanks, Rapunzel, for that. Great show about a fictional fairy show. Yeah, I didn't know that.
I haven't seen that either.
Wow, thanks for that. She is chock
Okay.
full of information for us. Thank you.
Excellent.
I have another question for you while I bring that up. This is showing the Amazon, where you can go and check it out, paperback or Kindle. On paperback, is it something you send out? So the only reason I'm asking is because sometimes people like their book signed. And
No,
okay,
if they order from Amazon, it's shipped from Amazon, but
okay,
I can take special orders.
okay, that'd be great. It's good to know, because I've had people do that for me. And we have Jack asking, what is your sci-fi influences? I think I know some of them, but
Oh, absolutely. I mean, of course, I was between Star Wars and Star Trek. I loved them both. Star Wars was definitely the one that seated with me. I'm a big fan of sagas. I'm a big fan of the family drama. I love all the explosions, but the story is where I'm at. So definitely Star Wars. Of course, Joseph Malazzi, absolutely my hero in the industry. If I'm even a fraction of what he is when I get older, if I ever grow up, I'm going to be lucky.
I love him.
Yeah, and more recently, even the Orville stuff has been very inspirational to me. So,
Oh yeah,
but
definitely.
old school stuff is the Star Wars and anything sci-fi. When I was a kid, all the goofy stuff. I love the cheesy '80s sci-fi stuff. So,
Me too. Yeah, Real Genius is not really that sci-fi, but it's I pretend it is. No, you pick some great influencers. All of the team from the Orville, And of course, Joseph is always, he is
He,
very
he
inspirational.
he's everything that I really do hope to be. He's kind, he's
He
nice to
is.
his fans,
He
he's
is.
responsive. He's actually answered some of my silly questions about what I'm doing, because sometimes I'm clueless. But he's even been so generous to answer questions for me. So
He is.
that's why he's such a big influence to me.
Yeah. He is such an awesome person, a great mind, and I always joke with him. I'm like, how is somebody so awesome who's just watching him with Suji, and then turn around and do something like Dark Matter, where you have some of these characters that are just like, whoa, and stuff. He's just light switch.
He really is, and I have some of those characters, and so I understand, but I think it's just because people like Joe and I, we would never be like that.
Yeah.
So we can write what we would consider to be horrific things.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what he has fun with, is being able to step outside of
And
that.
I missed whatever that was on the screen. I didn't see what it
Oh,
said.
it was
Oh, absolutely, Team Malazi.
yeah. Sorry, I got it. Can't hear phone. I'm eating something, and it doesn't taste like steak. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I have that hashtag on my Twitter page, because we are going to be we're still pushing for Dark Matter, and Stargate, for more seasons on that. We had a big Stargate episode thing, so we're going to keep doing that, and help our Joseph out there. Very
That's okay. I'm an adult, Dr. Omega. I mean, I may not act like one, but
yeah, we're all over 18. I think we're good. Well, is there anything else you want to highlight that I may have missed? Because I had so much information, but I want to make sure to highlight those things you want.
That the pilot's coming, it's rendering slow. If anybody wants to help get us there, the equipment is what we need. If anybody has any stuff just laying around, it doesn't even have to be a donation of money or anything. But like, if somebody has the equipment, any way that they can help us go a little faster, that's what we need right now, is just to go faster.
Are you wanting to move to a desktop?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. A desktop with heavy processing speed, that can stay cool, that has ultra coolers, because these laptops get way too hot.
Yeah, they do, especially during rendering. I mean, I have a pretty fancy schmancy computer, and even during the rendering process of that, the fan is like,
It does.
right,
Draws on it.
Yeah. My computer's like, don't ask me to do this again for another hour, okay? Yeah, these characters are awesome.
Isn't she beautiful?
She's lovely. Yes. Very lovely.
I'm so proud of that one. We're still tweaking a little bit with Elliot's face and a little bit with Nick, because Nick is supposed to be a little bit more Polynesian, but he looks a little red to me. So we're working on that. And but Driana, she's just absolutely perfect. I wouldn't change anything about her.
Yeah, I think this should be a great character, and the voice goes very well with it. So
doesn't it? Isn't she perfect?
Perfect. She's great. Excited about that. And once you get further into that, we'll have to catch up and see how that's going. Once you have some more.
Definitely. And there will be more to come soon. We're trying to render out some of the key scenes first, so that we have a way to go with the speed and processing that we have to do. We're going to end up having to do a lot of like the big outer scenes, and then a lot of the close-ups.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just still going to be work to put it together, but it's going to look amazing.
I bet it is. And Amanda said what I was trying to get you to say, but
I'm sorry. Yeah, of course, Causality isn't my only work. I have another novel that I wrote, Dispon Nui. It's a virus story. It's sci-fi also. Was released before COVID, so that was all weird. But then I've also got several short stories that are more dark fantasy horror, ghost stories, fun things. And those are Daydreams and Nightmares of a Broken Senate Seat. They're short stories, but they are available in a paperback collection. And I've started on the second anthology already.
Nice. See, you are busy.
I'm trying to get something to stick.
It will. And I'm sure it will, because once a fan, as a reader, somebody who's addicted, they'll find one project they love. They're going to be like, what else does she have? And so I
That's
don't think that'll be a problem at all.
And this fandom, the fandom that we are part of, because we're also fans, the Stargate fandom, the Dark Matter fandom, the Orville fandom.
Yes.
These people are amazing. They're so supportive of everybody that creates. So I really lucked out getting in here with you guys.
Yeah, no, they really are. And that's one of the things I love about it, is that they're willing to share their talents, of their knowledge, something, to be able to help others grow as well. And that's why I'm always so thrilled to support them, because of that. And what was that? PJ's clapping. Clapping is clapping away over there. And oh, I'm reading so strong. Okay. So yeah, these are the other books that are on there that you could find her work, also on sale for you all to take a look at, collect them, and get into them. And I'm sure that that there'll be more once the demand is there. So I am
absolutely got all the stories working. Looks like I'm going to have a short out just before Halloween.
Oh, nice.
And it's not a Halloween story, but that's looking like when about it is a scary story though. So hopefully it's going to be out before Halloween, and then trying to get volume 2 done and revised, because it's finished. It's just not ready.
That's all right. You've got so much going on. I don't even know how you do it. I've been working on one book for a few years now, so it blows me away when I see this stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I applaud you. The work you're doing is awesome, and I think it'll pick up, especially with this series that you're doing now, and
that's
and
what
the project.
I hope. If I spend my whole life working on this, if this is the only project I ever put forward, I am so content. But there will be more.
No, I think it'll catch on. Like I said, I think once you have people that fall in love with this, they're gonna go to your other work as well. Or one of these will lead them to that, and they're gonna be like, oh my gosh. So
well, there's a little something for everybody here. It's not just the space opera sci-fi. I mean, the virus story is a sci-fi, but it's more of a hard science fiction. Then I've got the scary stories, the dark fantasy ghost stories. So there's a little something for every fandom.
That's awesome. No, I love it. I think, but then also realize too that, I mean, like behind me, my books, they range from everything as well. So you kind of, it depends on what mood you're in. So
yeah, and I read everything. My writing. Can't think of the word right now. The person that I admire in writing is Patricia Cornwell, and she's a forensics FBI writer. But then, of course, there's Stephen King, and there's but I didn't read a lot of sci-fi books. I was more into the sci-fi shows and movies and stuff. So it was interesting that I chose the sci-fi book to write, but that's my jam.
No, I think a sci-fi book is harder to read because you don't like Star Wars. You read it, but you don't get to enjoy the explosions.
Right.
It's still a great book, but
I'll read anything. I'll read all the books.
Yeah, I know. I love books too. But anyway, guys out there, if you you're listening on the reruns, anything, you have some information about how we can help with this computer and help with the rendering process. It would speed things up by how much?
I mean, a desktop computer, we could probably do 100 times faster than what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
That may be a slight exaggeration, but not much.
Not much. But it will speed up the project deadlines and things like that you're doing. So
correct. As it is right now, I'm not 100% sure we'll be done with it in time to submit for the film festival for 2024. But they don't take unfinished projects, even if you expect to be done. So I just anything that can speed us up is
Okay.
gonna be
And
gold.
what's the deadline for that?
The submission deadline is October of 2023.
Okay.
If you want to be in 2024, so a year from now,
Okay.
then it has to be finished.
It has to be done. I bet we can come up with something here. So let's get it done, people. And yes, Star Wars is very visual. You have to, yeah. I mean the lightsabers themselves. You can't hear that little noise
I
when you're
always
reading it.
liked the grand stuff on Star Wars where you saw the entire scene and the person was this big in the very back. That was my favorite thing about Star Wars. And I want to make my project as big as that. So
I bet it can be.
that's the goal.
I bet it will be. That's good to know. And for those of you who are joining me, I hope you subscribe and stick around because I love supporting people here. That's what we're about, fun and food and animals and supporting each other and helping each other grow. I am the sister of Orville Nation's channel, so we work together to help people grow. As a matter of fact, thank you, PJ, for introducing me to her in the first place.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then one last thing I was like, oh, and for those of you who might have not noticed, I'm monetized now. Wow. My channel got monetized finally. So very exciting. So anything else? Because I think if that is it, we might have
just to reiterate that, I say my project, my story, my, but there's more than just me working on this.
Yes.
Right now it's a very small team and I kind of like it that way, but we've got Annie, we've got Robbie, we've got Mila, we've got Jack. We have a few people that are helping out that didn't necessarily want to be named just yet, but I'm not doing this alone. This is a huge project and there's going to be lots of hands in it.
That's awesome. Sounds like you got a great team. And if there's anything your team is needing and stuff, please make sure to put it out there because we will do anything to get you connected to the right people, get things done, so we can get this done for you. I bet it'll happen. I'm sure.
Well, I just can't wait. And I really appreciate you having me on.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for being here. Like I said, I was like, when is this going to happen? I'm glad. It was actually perfect timing, I think, with this.
Yeah, this is absolutely the right time. And thank you, everybody that popped in to watch. I really appreciate y'all being here to support me.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Everybody give her a very welcoming and also goodbye, Team Telly, applause for being here with us. We like PJ's applause. This is our applause. So,
okay. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for being in the chat with us, for your questions, your support, and for you. Please keep us posted. Everybody, again, all the links down at the bottom of the stream so that you can follow her work. Make sure you let her know if you know of anything that will help her out so we can get this.
And I'm easily accessible on social media. Everybody that's been in here knows that I'll talk to you. So just message me. DMs are open. You can talk to me on my timeline, whatever you need.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I was going back and forth from the hand clap, so it looked more like an audience hand clap.
That's awesome. I saw that. Great.
And there's Melody. Hi, Melody.
Melody is an amazing singer. I've had the benefit of getting to do some of her art for her covers, and she is an amazing artist. I just adore her, and I'm so glad she came today.
Thank you, Melody, for showing up. I'm sure we'll have to look up your stuff too then. So it does not show up on Facebook live chat screen on YouTube. Okay.
I'll make sure that I have all the links out.
Okay, good. Well, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up here today. But thank you. No problem. I'm so glad to have you. And let's see. Anything coming up before I end it with you?
I don't have anything else right now. But okay. I'm sure I'll think of something as soon as we close.
And I was looking at my calendar because I'm always forgetting. So what I have coming up, just while those of you in here, actually next Friday I'm going to have very lovely Cindy Fayette here with me. We're going to be talking about wine. And if you recognize the last name, you are right. She is the wife of our Brandon Fayette, VXF supervisor of the Orville show. But we're going to be talking with her about her stuff. So that will be next Friday. And then after that, last Friday of the month, I'm going to have Cameron back for some vampire talk. Vampire is going to make her appearance. And yes, thank you, PJ, for that. And yes, always good to see somebody pursuing their dream. Absolutely. And you don't have to, you always say you don't want to boast, but hey, this show has started some really good stuff out there for people. So I have to pat myself on the back for that one, because
Great
stuff
show.
has started, whether it's a nickname that everybody knows and loves now or anything else. People have been recognized for stuff. So I love that about this show. So I'm hoping that we can get this all going. Yes, glass of wine. And PJ sending out the love there, and the vampires, yes. And then I'm also going to be on Matt's show, Pranakashka, sharing some airtime with him. Zen and Now, my meditation stream, will be coming back soon. Stay tuned for that information. But thank you all for joining. Appreciate it. Miss Angela, love you bits, and keep us all posted on your stuff.
Have a great Friday.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, for being with us. Much love. Be good to each other. Take care now.